Hello there, my name is Mr. Ginup, and today we're going to talk about Final Fantasy 15, and more specifically about the multiplayer DLC that is coming up, and what I think is going to happen in that DLC. First, we're going to talk about what you'll actually be doing in the DLC. It's a co-op DLC, so what is better to do in co-op than doing hunts together? My guess is that you can do special hunts with friends to get special gear and AP points. A probable candidate could be the giant vault door dungeons, but I think they'll just stick to the hunts. Next off, we're going to talk about the setting. The most logical would be just the 4 lads. But if you think about it, it's kind of illogical. My main reason for saying this is that Noctis is kind of overpowered compared to his 3 friends. Here's an example. Noctis can use every weapon, while his friends can only use 2 types of weaponry and magic flasks. Noctis can use a warp ability. Noctis has the Ring of the Lucii, and his stats are just better compared to his friends. In the main story it doesn't really matter, because you're only playing as Noctis. In co-op it does matter, because Noctis is just a better pick compared to his friends. The people that I think are going to play a key role in the multiplayer DLC are Gladiolus, Ignis, Prompto, Iris, Core, and maybe Arnea. Why those 6, you wonder? Well, in the other DLCs you play as Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto. From what we've seen from the Gladiolus DLC is that it's a very short DLC, maybe an hour long? Hour and a half? And for my feeling, the DLC gave us an introduction to Gladiolus' moveset. My theory is that Prompto and Ignis, their DLC, will be the same. They tell the story of what happened when they were gone, and they introduce us to their movesets. All those moves you've learned will be fully utilized in the multiplayer DLC. As for Iris, Core, and Arnea, I'm not really sure. Maybe they'll introduce their movesets when the multiplayer DLC comes out. Another reason why I think it's going to be these 6 has to do with the timeline of the game. There's only one instance where Noctis is absent in the game's storyline, and spoiler warning, are you still there? Good. And that's when he's trapped in the crystal. We are told that Gladiolus, Ignis, Prompto, Core, and Iris took a demon hunting job after Noctis disappeared, and Arnea already did demon hunting before that. Those demon hunting days are the perfect setting for the co-op multiplayer DLC. There's no Noctis to be overpowered, and the 6 other characters have their own special kind of playstyle. Gladio being a bruiser tanky guy, focusing on tanking and building up his rage bar to do some damage. Ignis being a support guy, focusing on buffing his team with elementals and acting as some sort of leader beacon. Iris also being a support, but focusing more on the healing, increasing stat bonuses and status ailments protection. Prompto being a ranged DPS, focusing on range damage and doing damage with his machinery. Core being a close range DPS, focusing on countering and dealing lots of damage in a short while. And Arnea, also being a DPS, focusing on dealing damage from jumps and other dragoon things. This would be a nice setting because it kinda sounds logical. All of these 6 characters were introduced as party members and have their own way of helping Noctis in his adventures, and all those people are all demon hunters after Noctis disappeared. As for a reason to play the DLC longer than just a few instances, what I think is that the game is going to feature a crafting system to craft better weapons and trinkets. As far as I know, the Monster Hunter series is extremely popular in Japan, and I would not be surprised if Square Enix would take some notes from those games and create their own little version of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little theory, and before ending this video, I just wanted to thank all of you for sticking with me over the last few months. I'm gaining a bunch of subscribers and views, and it's kind of overwhelming if you ask me. All these people subscribing to me, watching my videos, does me good, and I want to thank all of you for being here, and let's hope for a lot more. Boop!